the things that we did to start our new year in the island is to buy new tables. So this table Len actually built a few years ago. Okay, you're gonna have to wait. He built this table a few years ago, and we have used it, and now we needed something bigger for one. I know that kind of sounds strange. It's an 8-foot table, but we do need something bigger. And I wanted 2 separate pieces so that we could pull it apart and not have it take up so much room, and also to fit more people on the sides. So instead of doing work to this table, we just decided, after sitting at a few round tables, we went to IKEA. That's where we first got the idea from. Sitting at the round table in the IKEA deli or little restaurant thing they have in IKEA. We sat at a table there and really enjoyed how it fit our family. And then we went to a conference at the Great Wolf Lodge and sat around another set of round tables. And so we decided to get 2 round tables. We ordered these from the restaurant store, and they came in, and so now he is assembling them. So we're going to try to go from this rectangular 8-foot table to these 2 4-foot round tables and see how that works. So we bought 2 of these. Yeah, to replace the one. Now, I don't know how it's going to be where, you know, usually family style, you're sitting around a large, long table, which seems to be more community oriented. But 2 smaller tables, I hope will serve us just as well, even though we are not all sharing one table. I am hoping that these smaller tables will be used for a lot of different things. Not only do we use our table for eating meals, which we will still be in the same room, but we also use them for game night, in which when we play games, somebody or 2 people are always sitting in the center of our table because they can't reach. So this way, with 2 smaller tables, it makes it easier to do family game night because there's people all the way around the table, which we have wanted for a long time. Also, with homeschool, it will be easier to do homeschool with these smaller round tables because they can share things across the table. They can do their science experiments together, and everybody will have access to everything on the table. So that is a few of the reasons why we wanted to go with the 2 tables as opposed to this one long table, because obviously we cannot get one 8-foot round table, right? Our house in Guam is going to be much smaller than the one that we're living in now. I was actually just reading comments on Facebook today about people talking about the houses and about how much smaller they are than what we are used to here in the States. So again, I wanted to have 2 different tables that I could position in the eating area, you know, living room area, where I would be able to move them to get the best use of our space, as opposed to this one large table, which will probably take up an entire room and we might not even be able to move around. These other 2 tables, from the layouts that we have seen, we'll be able to move them. They might not be right beside each other, but they will be, you know, in the near vicinity of each other, and it will just work out better that way. Plus, I am planning on getting Lazy Susans for the center of the table. That way they can have everything that they need at these tables, where it is very difficult for us to pass things down this table. Also, these chairs we are going to replace. So we ordered the tables first because it worked out to where if we ordered it all together in one purchase, the shipping would have been a ridiculous amount of money, I guess, because the shipment would have been heavier. So we ended up breaking it up into the 2 tables, and then we will have to buy 6 chairs in one shipment and 6 chairs in another shipment.
Because it was like $400 in shipping
Yeah.
chairs.
Yeah, so if we break it up into 3 different shipments, the shipping is so much cheaper. It's just ground shipping. So even though we have the 2 tables, we haven't ordered the chairs yet. So they will replace these chairs. And we have 8 of these chairs right now that we put our glow-in-the-dark tape on, and it pulled the leather off. So, or the fake leather, whatever this is, I don't know. But, so we have 8 of these chairs, and then we have the 2 high chairs that we're going to keep. The new chairs, we're actually going to buy 12 chairs so that when we have people come over, we will have extra chairs. And these tables are supposed to be able to sit 6 people around the table. So that's what I am hoping, that this is going to fit the 6 chairs. And also, they're going to be different chairs. They're going to be about table height. And so they're not going to be the tall chairs like this. I do not prefer these chairs. I appreciate chairs that are about table height, which is what my mother-in-law has. And I prefer her kind of chairs. So we're just going to continue trying to put these tables together and then see what it looks like with everybody sitting around the table before we actually disassemble this table that we've had for all these years. So here is our table that he built just a little while ago. Maybe not that little while ago. It's a couple years ago. Mm-hmm.
Reid was the last one.
So it was before Tucker and Owen. So we had put some like stenciling on here. Jaxton, McKinsey, Wyatt, Mallory, and Reid. But so Tucker and Owen were not born yet. So we're gonna pull these over here. Yeah, I don't expect them to be that close, but we're just gonna try to figure it out. So let's see. right, so we're gonna get this table out to make room for these 2 tables. And this is one of the reasons why right here that we wanted to switch to 2 smaller tables. The table is extremely heavy. I'm not sure how many pounds it is, but it is a sturdy tabletop. We even used it as a ramp a few weeks ago when we took his large toolbox home. So yeah, we used it as a ramp to get the toolbox onto the U-Haul because we did not have any other way of getting his extremely heavy toolbox onto the U-Haul that we used. So we ended up using the table, taking the table legs off, putting it up against the U-Haul, and we used it as the ramp, and it held up. It was sturdy enough to hold his toolbox. So we're just gonna set it up against this wall for the time being until we figure out what to do with it. I don't think that the garbage people are gonna take it off, so we are gonna have to cut it into pieces or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. For right now, this is where it's gonna be. Okay, so we've been trying to figure out where to put these tables. These chairs, y'all, these are just not gonna last. And it's really difficult. It really doesn't matter where the tables go in the room. That really doesn't really matter. It's just the chairs. We have to get the smaller chairs because these chairs are tearing up and they need to be much smaller in order to fit all of them. Now, all of these this is 5 chairs around each table, and there are 10 of us, so that is perfect. And it looks like it's going to be great for community around the table, which is what I wanted. And so whenever we get our new chairs, we will figure out who sits where and all of that. But right now, this is kind of like how things are just going to be until we get the new chairs. So we'll see how it works when those new chairs get here. We had these chairs outside in the garage. So we grabbed these chairs and we had 6 of them, 2, 4. Yeah, 6 of those. Because our large chairs, they're just too big for the table, and they really are breaking. We keep having to screw on the legs, and one of them actually collapsed, and so we had to get rid of it a while ago. So we actually had 7 of those chairs because one of them broke. And so Wyatt is being kind and cleaning off these chairs that were outside in the garage. So those use up the space to the table except for 1 chair. So now we will order the new chairs and then let them be delivered, and then these can go back outside in the garage. All right, so this is really interesting. It is our first dinner at our new set of tables, and I think we could get used to this. I stuck to the meal plan. We were actually having beans and rice. Okay, so here we have our round table and everybody is here. And then over here we have the rest of the kiddos. Don't look so enthused. What do you think? Nice. Yeah? Cool. So these are going to be a little bit easier to handle, I think. I think that they are going to be a little bit easier to clean, actually. So we'll see how they hold up. I like the height of these chairs compared to the table also. What you think, Bug? Is that yummy?
I don't think he cares either way.
Do you like the chair at the table?
What? The high chairs can pull in closer.
Yeah, the high chairs are pulling in closer. They're closer to their plate. I know you like that. Oh, yeah. You just like to eat, don't you? To have some. Is that good? Oh, another thing is it doesn't look like it's going to be easy for you to push away from the table, which is your new thing. He would use the skirt under the table to push himself away, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that here. So anyway, here we are.